What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
Welcome to the show.
What is going on? Happy Monday. This episode will probably be the Valentine's Day episode, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Happy recovery from the Super Bowl weekend for everybody. So hopefully your week is short and your boss is letting you come in late because it's gonna be rough. Definitely continue to tune in to our episodes. Monday and Tuesday are topics. Wednesday is our discussion. Then Thursday, I don't believe we'll have Ask Us SP, but typically that's when I talk to people coming or trying to come into cybersecurity or cross over into it. And then Friday, we will have our Everything Else episode, talk about video games, movies, podcasts, things of that nature. So definitely tune in throughout the week for all that material. But without further ado, I'm about to mess up. Who am I giving it to?
Giving it to Shannon. You're giving it to Shannon.
I give it to Shannon. There it is.
I wasn't going to give him any hints. see who he gives.
Like
it's all good.
You're giving it to the black guy.
Yeah, the black
one. But anyway, so this article.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, LeVon.
I'd say Shannon's blacker than the Ace of Spades. That's a blacker than the Ace of Spades, man. This is Shannon. That's kidding. Yeah, we are the same complexion. We're good.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway, this article is from threatpost.com. It's written by Lisa Voss, and it's the title of it is Cybercrooks Frame Targets by Planting Fabricated Digital Evidence, and it's exactly how it sounds, right? So the modified elephant threat actors, what they are is they're not really. This is not like one of those overcomplicated groups that you see like in the movies where they're doing that stuff where they're just hacking the Pentagon and DSA and stuff like that. These guys are not really, they're kind of like, I don't want to say script kiddies, right? But the way that they describe them here is they're technically unimpressive, right? But they've been doing this for about a decade to where what they're doing is they're actually planting false evidence on people that they kind of have an agenda against, right? What they're doing is they're taking things and they're snaring victims with spear phishing, delivering malware with rigged documents, using things that are just not that like I said, not that technically advanced, right? So it's stuff that people should already know what they need to be doing, right? Like especially when it comes to spear phishing and things of that nature, right? Using simple keyloggers, infrastructure overlaps that allow them to connect to their systems. But these guys are, again, not overly technically impressive, but what they're doing is they're just planting evidence on people to try to frame them for things, for anybody that's saying something that they don't like, right? And what it seems like they're doing is they're going after people that are like, make sure I read this right to you, right? Modified Elephant was performing nearly identical evidence creation and organization across multiple unrelated victim systems within roughly 15 minutes of each other, right? But they were going after, man, I read it in here before and I can't remember what it was, victimology. Sorry about that. Hundreds of groups and individuals targeted by Modified Elephant phishing campaigns, predominantly activists for human rights defenders and journalists, right? Academics and law professionals in India. So they're going after people that are actually trying to assist people that are having different human rights violations and things of that nature, right? Which is not what you want. Like, I would feel a little bit different if they were going after, businesses that are cheating people or something like that. But these are people that just want to get the word out there to other folks, right? And it's just not. It's not what I want to see this used for, but this is usually how it goes, right? Like usually people that are, if you're somebody that's going to plant some evidence on somebody or a group that's going to plant evidence on somebody, it's not something you want to be associated with, and it's not something you necessarily want to see, right? But again, they're not doing anything too technically advanced, right? They're weaponizing Microsoft Office, just delivering malware, right? And again, they go back like a decade, right? So they got different examples on here on how they've evolved, right? In 2013, phishing emails with executable file attachments, right? Fake double extensions, you know what I'm saying? File names that are like pdf.exe, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's just, you look at it, you're like, that's not even a thing, right? Um, and again, things that people should already be aware of and be looking out for, right? Like old things that should be patched up. But these guys, again, going out, framing people um, for things that they shouldn't be doing, which is kind of scary, right? So, like, especially me, right? And I'll say this because I've told you guys plenty of times, right? Like, I'm the Patriot Act guy, right? Like, go after these people, but what's to say that they're not out there doing this? You know what I'm saying? The people that are innocent, right? Like,
Mhm.
what's to say this is stuff that doesn't get done to frame people for being terrorists, right? Like I'm out here talking about, yeah, you know, stand on the desk, go get these Terrys, right? And then they framing people, and I'm like, I feel kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
LeVon, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Shannon. I mean, it feels like it's really scary in the fact that these cyber crooks can frame people. Like people think about like the ransomwares and that the cyber criminals are trying to get money out of you, but if you think about it in this respect, like in this aspect, that they're trying to essentially hem people up, maybe potentially put them in jail, pretty much ruin their lives. You can imagine that you're being, you yourself being at home on your laptop or something like that. It gets attacked by somebody, maybe you're somebody important, and they have a reason to attack you. Now they're going to throw some, I don't know, child pornography. They can put some terrorist related material on your computer. They can put, anything you can think of, some sort of like, make it look like your computer is doing some illegal banking transactions and taking money from other people's accounts, stuff like that. Um, they could do pretty much anything they want if they have that full access to your machine, and then end up getting hemmed up, getting put in jail. You can imagine your life being ruined, even if it's determined later on that, oh, you were innocent. We found out that this was actually a hacking scheme or whatever. To be like, it may be too late by that time. Your name may be in a newspaper somewhere. People around your neighborhood already think that you're some sort of like child pornographer or whatever. You think that you're some terrorist. You already got this label on you. So I can imagine that really affecting some people. And obviously in this situation, they're attacking journalists and some other like groups that they don't agree with. But I mean, that stuff can trickle down to the common individual, or it could be like, I would imagine somebody more higher on the totem pole, like a Jeff Bezos or something, like a Bill Gates or something like that, would be like somebody that would be really targeted for this kind of stuff, rather than the average person, because nobody knows us really that well, or the average person in the street. But it's really interesting. I mean, who knows, like how prevalent this kind of stuff is, and some other people may have got hemmed up in the past and not even that we don't even realize that we're actually a victim of something like this. So you never know. But Ryan, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I completely agree. And it is unfortunate because yeah, once your name is smeared or out there in a bad light, it's hard to flip the turn a page the other way. You typically, at least in the States, when a news organization makes a mistake, it's never as big of a media
Retraction.
push, yeah, for the retraction as it was for the initial onset. This is mostly out of India, so that's kind of their targeted area. Hence the elephant. I think that's every every country kind of has their own naming scheme when it comes to what their hacker organizations and what have you. So like in China it's Jade, here it's elephant, things of that nature. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It even showed that they had planted some fake evidence that there's an assassination plot by one individual on their prime minister of India. So they're definitely swinging for the fences. And like you said, it could just get somebody jammed up for longer than necessary, cause them lose their job, things of that nature. So it is unfortunate. Um, Maybe they believe they're hacktivists in some way or shape or form, right? Everybody thinks they're the hero. But like Shannon said, it's not a good look. Doesn't really help out and or make cybersecurity and hacking look good. You know what I mean? It's not a good light to be shown in. Tripping over my words, but yeah, it was kind of crazy. That's why I threw the article in the chat. So more to look for. Again, they're not very, I guess, robust, or their techniques are not very advanced. So hopefully this will help aid to capture them or at least block them from doing more activities in the future. So definitely interesting. Thank you for the conversation. For all of you out there listening, definitely tune in. Monday and Tuesday are topics, Wednesday discussion. I believe the discussion this week will be about Web 3.0, and tomorrow's topic, make sure I get this right, is about Nintendo and piracy. So, we slip some game stuff in there from time to time.
Mhm.
And then Friday, everything else. I'm not sure what everybody's been watching. I've been watching some great stuff all week. So we'll definitely talk about that. Hit up the website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com, to get to our social medias. You get me up personally, I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, LeVon?
Yes, you can hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.